हॅलो हॅलो नमस्कार मंडळी. तुम्हाला गुढीला वंदन करायचं असेल तर वंदन करा आणि मग त्याच्यानंतर आपण जेवणाला सुरुवात करणार आहोत.
आता केलंय पण तिकडे नुसतं त्याचं शूटिंग काय.
but not least, hello. आपल्या सर्वांना गुढी पाडव्याच्या हार्दिक शुभेच्छा. Happy New Year. Gudi Padwa is celebrated as a new year for Maharashtra, Goa, and southern India. It marks the beginning of the first month of the Chaitra month, which heralds the Vasant Ritu. This is all for now, but you all will learn about Gudi Padwa much more and its importance later in the program. I'm sure that all of you enjoyed the first part of the program, right? Wasn't the food delicious?
Yeah.
Thank you to all our moms and everyone who cooked today. The theme of today's program is dance celebration. Dances, as you all know, are an integral part of India. There are several types of dances: religious, regional, classical, folk, as well as Western. Today's program incorporates a variety of these types. But not only do we have dances today, we also have participants singing, reciting poems, performing skits, and informing us on Gudi Padwa. Every participant has worked very hard and put in a great deal of effort, so please refrain from talking as well as leaving early. Please be considerate and stay until the end of the program, all the way until the last event, even the cleaning. So to kick off the program, we will start with a prayer. The participants of this first prayer are Slok Kulkarni, Ameya Kulkarni, Rohan Bosle, Rohan Patwardhan, Naina Patwardhan, Mrunmay Gokhale, Sanika Zaveri, Priyanka Prasad, Nikhil Datar. And on the harmonium we have Prajakta Parakar, and this has been coordinated by Mayuli Kulkarni. These are our youngest participants, so please give them a warm round of applause.
छोट्या मुलांनी. माझं नाव आहे प्रज्ञा कोकितकर. गुढीपाडवाच्या आणि नवीन वर्षाच्या सगळ्यांना शुभेच्छा. आपल्या पुढच्या कार्यक्रमात अंतरा देशमुख भरतनाट्यम करणार आहे. हा नाच वृंदा सुनील यांनी बसवला आहे. आपण अंतराचे जोरात टाळ्या वाजवून स्वागत करूया.
One artistic solo done by Andrea. Let's give her one more round of applause. Now we have the moms dancing to Barkari Dindi, and the participants are Sonali Gokhale, Manisha Kokirkar, Masuda Tamakar, Anjali Lele, Sujita Mohandas, and my mom, Meena Gokul. This surely is going to be a great performance, and it's choreographed by Sonali Gokhale. So enjoy.
Viఠ્ઠલ
If you guys aren't aware, there's a March of Dimes walk, which Suhartme and I would like, it's from II, would highly like to encourage all the moms to participate in. Again, the March of Dimes walk. Just leave the kids behind, go have a great time, and do it. It's great because it's for a charitable cause. So if you have any further questions, you can register on the II website or talk to Suhartme. That I do not know. Okay. What?
12th of May.
12th of May. Also, if you guys, some of you aren't aware, I'm Vice President of the Youth Group Committee for II. So on this committee, we do a lot of volunteering. So on every third Saturday of every month, we volunteer at a soup kitchen. So I would greatly like if all of the MSMI youth, as well as the community, would come together with the II youth and community to volunteer at this soup kitchen. So just look for my email and I'll send out some information about that. Lastly, our kickoff event for the youth group for II is this coming Sunday, April 1st. It's at Holland Park from 11 to 3. It's open for all ages from like 3 to whatever. All parents are welcome, all the kids. There's going to be Easter egg hunts. There's going to be a lot of just like games, socializing. So please come out for that. It would be great if we could get our MSMI youth involved with our II youth. So next, moving on to our next performance, we have Sanika Zaveri performing in Lavani dance choreographed by Preeti Zaveri. Please give her a round warm of applause.
Thank you. laugh until we cry. And who better to perform than Prasad Paradkar and Sunil Mohandas? Let's give them a warm welcome.
तर पाहूया आता कुठली
रिपीट
हॅलो हॅलो
चालू करू
मध्ये एक सिक्रेट डील ठरतीये. तर आपण पाहूया कोणती आहे ही सिक्रेट डील.
एक मसीहा निकलता है, उसे कदम जग्गू कहते हैं, उसे कदम जग्गू कहते हैं. तेरी गलियों में ना रखेंगे कदम, तेरी गलियों में ना रखेंगे कदम. ही नाव काय तुमची आहे? घेऊन टाका. ही नाव नाही रे बाबा, माझी नाव कदम 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 नाव आहे माझं. हो ग्लॅड टू मीट यू. ओके असू दे की नाव तुझ्याकडे राहू. हो तुम्हाला भेटून मला खूप आनंद झाला. हो ओके ओके. मी रमेश जोशी. रमेश जोशी तो वेगळा बरं. या एरियामध्ये तू काय करतोस आता या वेशामध्ये? अहो रात्री असं मी पहिल्यांदाच बाहेर पडलोय आज. अच्छा म्हणजे सगळी कामं दुपारीच उरकतात तुम्ही? सर्वजण दुपारीच कामं उरकतात. मी दुपारी झोपतो आणि रात्री सगळी कामं करतो. असं म्हणजे तुम्ही काय करता? हो मी चोर आहे. चोर जगू नाव बरं. नाही बरं मी साधा सुद्धा चोर नाही. मी इन्कम टॅक्स भरणारा चोर आहे. हे बघ हे पॅन कार्ड तुझी पॅन कार्ड लागू तो पॅन कार्ड कुठे तुझा? पॅन मध्ये राहिलो. पॅन कुठे? घरात राहिलो. कुठे? घर रस्त्यावर आहे. रस्त्यावर इथे काय करताय? माझ्या बायकोनी मला आज घरातून बाहेर काढलं. हकलवलं आहे. ओ नो बायकोनी आज मला सुद्धा हकलून गेले का? आता माझ्या बायकोनी तुम्हाला कशाला हकलवलं असेल? घरातून हाकलून त्याला माझी बायको नाही आहे. बायका सगळं डोक्यात चिरलेलं आहे. बाजूला डोकं मला काय कोण डोक्यात नाव म्हणलो तुम्ही बघ. हो कधी तुम्ही कोणाला मारलाय का? कोणाचा खून केलाय का? मारलाय का कधी कोणाला? मी आतापर्यंत एकही व्यक्तीला मारलेलं नाही. पहिले माझ्या बायकोला मारा तुम्ही. माझ्या बायकोला फुकट म्हणजे काय? मी जोशी आहे. मग आला गे झाला बाबा 5 लाख. हा काय 1 लाख? हो आडनाव जोशी आहे. हो जोशी. आडनाव वाचून द्या आणि मग या. पण मला सांगा, माझ्याकडे एक स्कीम आहे. तू तुझ्या बायकोला मारू शकत नाही, मी माझ्या बायकोला मारू शकत नाही. मग तू माझ्या बायकोला मार आणि मी तुझ्या बायकोला मारणार. बरं तुझी बायको कुठे आहे? घर कुठे आहे? अहो समोरची ती बिल्डिंग माझीच आहे. बिल्डिंग तुझी आहे? हा मग तू भिकारी कसा? हो ती बिल्डिंग माझी आहे म्हणजे मी त्या बिल्डिंग मध्ये राहतो म्हणून ती बिल्डिंग माझी आहे. इथेच टाकीन तुला. मला माहिती आहे ती बिल्डिंग तुझी आहे. मग मला सांग कुठल्या बाजूला? आठवा ऐकलं हो कुठेतरी? परत म्हणा काय बाईकली नाव आहे. मला कळलं. 8वा माळ्यावर आहे. 1 2 3 5 6 7 8. चौथा काय खाल्लाय काय? चौथा बांधलाय का? चौथा खाली आहे. खाली. चौथा मला खाली कशाला बांधलाय? वर नको बांधायला. काय करतोय? हो मोजा 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. हे ऐकलं काय मैत्रीला जायचं काय? आवाज नाही करायचा. इथेच टाकी तुला. 8व्या वाजल्यावर कळलं मला. मी सांगतो. ती फुलाफुलांची साडी दिसते. माझ्याकडे नवीन आहे. एक मिनिट. हा ती फुलाफुलांची साडी दिसते. 1 मिनिट थांब. सुरेख आहे हो. पण दुर्बीण हो. फुलाफुलांची साडी दिसते. हो पण नुसती साडी दिसते हो. आतमध्ये बायको नाही आहे. हो वाळत घातली आहे. बायकोनी साडी वाळत घातली आहे. हो पण बायको नाही. अहो घरात असेल. दुर्बीण कोणाकडे आहे? पण बघा ना. मी तुझ्या बायकोचा खात्री पटली की मला सांग. लांब सडक केस, टपोरे डोळे, गुलाबी गाल, लाल चुटू बोट. अहो मुळा पाणी नका परत वळलं करून. बरं सॉरी तुम्ही मारा माझ्या बायकोला. तुम्ही मारा मला हो. तिचा वाढदिवस. तिच्या वाढदिवसासाठी मी एक प्रेझेंट आणलं होतं. नेकलेस. घरी गेलो बोललो डार्लिंग तुझ्यासाठी मी काहीतरी आणलंय. बॉक्स तिच्या हातावर ठेवलं. बॉक्स उघडलं. बघतो तर काय नेकलेसच नाही. हो तुझ्या बायकोनी नेकलेस नाही म्हणून हरवलं. हो मला बायकोनी नेकलेस दिला हरवून दिलं. का बरे? तो नेकलेस खोटा होता. कुठून घेतला होता? मी तो नेकलेस 840ची गोळी. फास्ट लोकल. जाणार गाडीत बसलो. तक्षण झाली होती. माझ्या अंगाला घाम सुटला होता. समोर एक व्यक्ती आणि एक माणूस उभा होता. त्याच्या हातामध्ये निळ्या रंगाची पिशवी होती. पटकन हात माझा केसाच्या ऐवजी त्या पिशवीत गेला. बघतो तर काय पिशलं. अरे बापरे. हो मग मी ते चाटलं. ते मला आलं. मग काय केलं? पिशलं समजलं. हो माझा हात पुन्हा पिशवीत गेला. पिशवीत डाव्या बाजूला बघितलं. आतमध्ये एक बॉक्स होता. बॉक्समध्ये हलकत ते उघडला. हलकत एक नेकलेस काढला. तो नेकलेस सोन्याचा. तसा उचलला. तळात माझ्या बायकोकडे गेलो आणि बायकोच्या हातावर तो नेकलेस ठेवला. तो बायकोने मला हाकलून दिलो. काय झालं? मोठा दुखायला लागला ना. ती लेंग्याची नाडं दुखल्या. बंदूक ना माझ्याकडे. तुमच्यामुळे माझ्या बायकोने मला हाकलवलं. तुम्ही तो नेकलेस तोडला होता का? त्याची बंदूक. बायकोला होळीच्या दिवशी खोटा नेकलेस देतो काय? आता मी तुला बंदूक वाचवा. होळीच्या दिवशी बायकोला खोटा नेकलेस. होळी पूर्णाची पोळी. वाचवा.
Didn't that just make you all laugh? Let's give my dad and Prasad uncle another round of applause. Superb job, guys. Now we have students from IUPUI singing songs. The participants are Salil Kulkarni singing Kase Dil Saye and Ali Zafar singing Nahe Re Nahi. Please give them a warm welcome.
आम्ही पहिलं गाणं म्हणणार आहोत ते अली जफरचं आहे, नहीं रे नहीं. सोचा है कभी क्या तूने, आए तुम कहाँ से हो, जाओगे कहाँ ये सोचा नहीं रे नहीं. कैसी है ये दुनिया, कैसे कैसे लोग यहाँ, तूने तो है पहचाना नहीं रे नहीं.
संदीप खरे, सलील कुलकर्णी सगळ्यांना माहितीच आहेत. त्यांचं हे गाणं आम्ही आता तुमच्यासमोर सादर करले आहे. कसे सरतील सर.
कसे सरते सर
सुपारी सांग भरते ना कोण तुझ्या सोंगातून उभे असे सामसूम चिड चुप सुनसान दिवा आता सांज ढळलाच आणि पुन्हा छळलाच नभतून कोराचा अंधवा कोण तुझ्या सोंगातून उभे असे सामसूम चिड चुप सुनसान दिवा आता सांज ढळलाच आणि पुन्हा छळलाच नभतून कोराचा अंधवा चांदण्यांचे कोटी कण आठवांचे ओलक्षण रोज रोज वीज बरोबर चांदण्यांचे कोटी कण आठवांचे ओलक्षण रोज रोज वीज बरोबर दिले ना फुलाची फुलं रात्री डोळ्यांवर सुपारी सांग भरतील ना भरतील ना इथे दूरदर्शी माझ्या सोन्या खिडकीच्या पाशी झाडे सर काचवर तडा तुझ तुझ तुझ्या तुझ्या तुझी तुझी तुझ तुझ सारा सारा तुझा तुझा सडा इथे दूरदर्शी माझ्या सोन्या खिडकीच्या पाशी झाडे सर काचवर तडा तुझ तुझ तुझी तुझी तुझ्या तुझ्या तुझ तुझ सारा सारा तुझा तुझा सडा चढे माझ्या वाटेतून आणि मग काठातून जातानाही पायवर मर्दना चढे माझ्या वाटेतून आणि मग काठातून जातानाही पायवर मर्दना सुपारी सांग भरतील ना नाही बोलायचे जरा जगायचे दुनिया बोलशी फुले बरं हलू देतात बरं झुलू देतात माझ्या विरहाचे झुले आता नाही बोलायचे जरा जरा जगायचे बाळू दिया बोलीची फुले देह बरं हलू देता विजावर झुलू देतात तुझ्या माझ्या विरहाचे झुले जरा गण सुरू दे ना वर खूप मरू दे ना तेव्हा न पधार सारी भेटले ना जरा गण सुरू दे ना वर गुद मरू दे ना तेव्हा न पधार सारी भेटले ना हे फुलाची फुलं डोळ्यांवर सुपारी सांग भरतील ना भरतील ना कसे सरतील से माझ्या वेळा दिस तुझे सरताना आणि सांग सरतील ना फुलाची फुलं डोळ्यांवर सुपारी सांग भरतील ना कसे सरतील से माझ्या वेळा दिस तुझे सरताना आणि सांग सरतील ना फुलाची फुलं डोळ्यांवर सुपारी सांग भरतील ना भरतील ना हे 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 भरतील ना हो 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 भरतील ना हा 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 भरतील ना
That was really great. I'd like to reiterate about the Spring Bonanza next Saturday. It really is an extremely fun event, and I really encourage all of you guys to come. Next Sunday, April 1st. I'd also like to ask all of you to come to the Eko Vidyalaya music concert on April 8th, starting at 5 o'clock. The tickets are $10 each, and all the proceeds go to supporting schools in India. Our next performance will be a poem recital. If you guys didn't know, these poems are more than ordinary. They were written by the people who are performing them. They do a beautiful and artistic job in describing Gudi Padwa. So next up are the Rajesh sisters, Kimaya and Kalika.
तुम्हा सर्वांना गुढी पाडव्याच्या शुभेच्छा. Gudi Padwa is a wonderful time where all of India celebrates a new year. The rituals and traditions they partake in there are immensely different than our celebrations of New Year here in America on January 1st. This wide difference inspired me to write 2 poems about these varied ways to celebrate. I wrote these poems in English and my Baba translated them in Marathi. My sister Kalika will recite the first poem and I will recite the rest. I hope you enjoy it.
Gudi Padwa. The vivid silks of new, the gold, the silver, the pink and the blue. To the temple the light footsteps go, following this path with high giggles and voices of love. With sweets and flowers they arrive, for good wishes they pray to strive. Goodies are put for all to see, but delicious goodies are also the key. Prosperous wishes and hope in the air, with the promise of a good year and a lot of care.
नवीन वर्ष तिकडे. नव्या रेशमी कपड्यांची नवलाई, सोनेरी चंदेरी गुलाबी रंगाची खाई. देव दर्शनाकडे आज पावले वळती, वाटेवरी उल्हासाच्या लकीरी उमालती. मिठाई आणि फुले घेऊन सोबत, गुढ्यांची रोषणाई सर्वांना आवडे. आशीर्वाद मागती सर्वात हसत. पंचपक्वान्याची रेलचे दिसते चहूकडे. नूतन वर्षाच्या शुभेच्छा आणि आशा, दाविती सर्वांना सुख समृद्धीची दिशा. New Year. The parties begin as darkness falls, with a backdrop of snow and deck the halls. They all dress up and eat a lot of food, laughing and talking with a festive mood. People cluster around the TV, for there's a sparkling, glittering ball to see. As the clock strikes 12 and the ball is dropped, everyone cheers and lethargy is stopped. Then they all drink to a new year, a promise to hope with nothing to fear. नवीन वर्ष इकडे. अंधाराच्या साम्राज्यात पार्ट्यांची धमाल, सर्वत्र रोषणाई व हिमवृष्टीची कमाल. नवीन कपडे लेऊन पडे फराळाच्या फडशा, हास्याने व गप्पाने दुमदुमती दाही दिशा. अचानक मंडळी दूरचित्रवाणी भोवती जमती, लखलख्या चेंडूची घसरण पाहण्यात दमती. मध्यरात्रीच्या ठोक्याला धावपळ चेंडूची, सुस्ती धुदकवून गर्जना सर्वांची. नूतन वर्षाच्या शुभेच्छांना सडे रंग मध्याचा, निर्भयतेने करती विचार मंडळी नव दिवसाचा.
I still can't believe those poems were actually written by them. They surely deserve another applause, don't you all think? Next we have a Pagoda dance by the boys. This is surely about to be one performance filled with musti and dhamal. Please welcome to the stage Rohan Bhosle, Shlok Kulkarni, Amey Kulkarni, Rohan Patwardhan, Nikhil Datar, Soham Patil and Parth Patki. This was choreographed by Sonali Gokhale.
Namaskar, Monday. Before we go into this program, we have amongst us Trupti Vyas. She's on the board of director for HTCI, and she had a couple of words to talk to you about. So.
Thank you. I'm Trupti Vyas, as you said, and I'm here to represent the Hindu Temple of Central Indiana. And we are trying to raise money, and we need every community support. The first one is that we have to raise 1.2 million by end of this year. If everybody can just do their share of maybe membership or for the volunteer, and of course the lifetime membership is also most welcome here today. And if there is any questions anybody has, I'll be happy to answer. I have a table in the back, so please come and see me.
I want to say something about Hindu Temple of Central Indiana. We moved from Minneapolis in 2009 December, and I cannot tell you how much value that temple has added to my life. There are some regular temple goers in our community, Nevrekars, Nimatai and Dilip Kulkarni, myself, Manisha and Prashant. Sanjana and Pradnya, and the little children can talk to Sanjana and Pradnya to understand how much they love the temple. I also encourage you to your children to join either the Bal Gokulam or the Chetna program, and the adults, if you go and have a tour of the new Hindu temple which is being constructed. I actually had a tour this morning which has glass ceiling in the main dome. Is just awesome. So I really encourage everyone in this hall to open their wallets and donate generously to the Hindu Temple of Central Indiana, which I think, sometimes we don't realize the importance of these things when we are young, but as we start growing older, it surely feels like, that's the place to be. Thank you.
Wow, wasn't that a Fadaka performance? Such great musti. One more applause, please. Okay, I have one announcement before I introduce the next act. Please refrain from talking because this is the next dance is for Lord Hanuman, so we have to be really respectful. So now we have the dance depicting the virtues of Lord Hanuman and his love and affection for Lord Ram, the Hanuman Chalisa. The performers are Masumi Prasad and Pranoti Pradhan. This dance has been choreographed by Mayuri School of Dances Sudha Goradia. Please give them a warm welcome.
बिन पैसा सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना अपन तेज संहारो तीनों लोग हाथ देखा
सच निकट नहीं आवे वीर जब नाम सुनावे लोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय केसरी लोक उजागर जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय केसरी लोक उजागर जय
संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा मनोरथ जो कोई लावे और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे
जुग परताप तुम्हारा सिद्ध जगत उजियारा संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय केसरी लोक उजागर जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय केसरी लोक उजागर
अष्ट सिद्धि नाम निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे
काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और प्रेम का चित्त न धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटै मिटै सब पीरा जो सुमिरै हनुमत बल बीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई रघु संग पार पाठ कर कोई बंदी महा सुख होई जो पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेला कीजे जात हृदय मम चेला जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय केसरी लोक उजागर जय हनुमान ज्ञान
अरे वा किती मोठ्याने सुंदर नाच केला दोघींनी आणि आपल्याला त्यामधून हनुमानाची छान माहिती पण मिळाली परत एकदा टाळ्या वाजवून त्यांचे कौतुक करूया आता आपल्या पुढे भारतीय आई वडिलांवर एक छोटीशी नाटक घेऊन येत आहेत खुशबू चौगले आणि किमया राजे आपण जोरदार टाळ्या वाजवून त्यांचे स्वागत करूया
Hello everyone. Some of us first generation Indians have already expressed some of our thoughts about having Indian parents. All of us have told you our experiences. that us American Indians have not yet expressed our view as American-born Indians living in America. So Kimaya and I am here to talk to you about our view of being brown in a very diverse environment. So, first of all, Kimaya, have you noticed that whenever you see your parents' friends, you always have to call them auntie or uncle, even if they're not related to you?
Yeah, going on about that, you always say that your cousin is like your cousin brother, or she is your cousin's sister.
Yeah, and our parents, they make us read law or medicine or engineering at university. No photography or no working at McDonald's.
I know. And they all seem to drink 6 cups of tea every day.
Yeah, and they eat onions with everything.
And they always end up fighting over who pays the dinner bill. I mean, just make a decision.
Yeah, and when we have to turn on the light or turn off the light, they tell us, go open the light or go close the light.
And they all arrive 1 or 2 hours late for a party, but that's normal. That's just what you do.
Yeah, and along with that, the Indian head nod. What is this? Yes, no, maybe so?
Being Indian in America can be funny. You end up telling Westerners that aloo is a swear word.
Yeah, and you're sick and tired of telling people about the dot.
And if you're Indian, if your parents still tried to get you in places half price by saying you're 12 when you're really 15.
You've learned to keep bargaining even if the prices have hit rock bottom.
And you have so many piles of shoes around the doors that it's so hard to open the doors themselves.
Yeah, and when you're at school, everyone thinks you're good at math. You could be the stupidest person in the class, but if you're Indian, you're good at math.
And your family always tends to cheer for the Asian athlete on TV or watch the TV show with the Indian on it.
Yeah, being an Indian in America can be interesting.
But we like it, and we can't imagine doing it otherwise. But now we have a Bollywood medley. Bollywood is a huge part of our life, and we've all grown up listening to it as well as watching it. The participants of this medley are Shreya Mohandas, Sejal Bagar, Pradnya Kokikar, and Pradnya Kokikar. It has been choreographed by Sejal and Shreya.
a Marathi folk song. The participants are Rachana Bhosle, Prakash Bhosle, Mehuli Kulkarni, Rajesh Kulkarni, Niranjan Javeri, Preeti Javeri, and Prasad Paradkar. This has been choreographed by Preeti Javeri.
Gudi Padwa and its values. Giving us an outlook into Gudi Padwa and its festivities is Sanjana Vinzer.
Gudi Padwa is celebrated as the New Year's Day according to the lunisolar Hindu calendar. On Gudi Padwa, a gudi is found hanging out of a window or otherwise prominently displayed in traditional Maharashtrian households. Gudi is a bright green or yellow cloth adorned with zari tied to the tip of a long bamboo over which sugar crystals, neem leaves, a twig of mango leaves, and a garland of red flowers is tied. A silver or copper pot is placed in the inverted position over it. This gudi is then hoisted outside the house in a window, terrace, or high place so that everyone can see it. On the festive day, courtyards and village houses will be swept clean and plastered with fresh cow dung. Even in the city, people take the time out to do some spring cleaning. Women and children work on intricate rangoli designs on their doorsteps, the vibrant colors mirroring the burst of a color associated with spring. Everyone dresses up in new clothes and it is a time for family gatherings.
मंडळी तुम्हाला कार्यक्रम आवडला का? ओके, आपण एक 10 मिनिटाचा ब्रेक घेणार आहोत आणि या ब्रेकच्या दरम्यान आम्ही गेल्या वर्षीच्या कमिटीला आमच्याकडनं काही एक लहानशी भेटवस्तू देणार आहोत आणि त्यानंतर मुलांना मेडल्स देण्यात येतील आजच्या पार्टिसिपेंट्सना आणि त्यानंतर या ब्रेकनंतर आपण मुलखा वेगळी माणसं हा कार्यक्रम सादर करणार आहोत. सो फील फ्री टू गेट अप आणि तुम्हाला जर एखादा चक्कर मारायची असेल, इफ यू वॉन्ट टू टेक अ ब्रेक, फील फ्री.
सत्यजित, प्रणोती,
बाबाचा नाही का आता ड्राईव्ह करते की माझ्या भावाला काय नाही का आपली गरज समजली नेक्स्ट या लोकांचं मुलाचा प्रयास करतात एप्रिलमध्ये
मंडळी याच्या पुढेही कार्यक्रम आहे. कार्यक्रम अजून संपलेला नाही आहे, तर कृपया कोणी घरी जाऊ नका. ओके, देयर स्टिल सम मोर प्रोग्राम लेफ्ट आफ्टर दिस, सो दिस इज नॉट इट.
पार्टिसिपेंट्सना मेडल देण्यापूर्वी कमिटीला ऑनर करायचं आम्ही ठरवलं आहे, एक्स कमिटीला. सो आय वुड लाईक टू इन्व्हाइट एक्स प्रेसिडेंट मिसेस नीलमा कुलकर्णी, एक्स वाइस प्रेसिडेंट मिसेस नीता सुहार्तमे, I'm sorry, मीरा जाधव, लास्ट ईयर्स ट्रेजरर मीरा, last year's secretary, Pallavi Bill, and last year's cultural committee, Asari Wagre and Vasudha Gandhikar. Kids, be ready. Shlok Kulkarni. Shlok, can you come here? Shlok, can you come here to collect your medal? No.
Go. Wait, buddy. Wait for the picture. आता अंकलला जवळ घे. हा, जमतं. तिला पण दे. इकडे पाहिजे.
Kimaya Raje and Kalika Raje. Pranoti Pradhan and Masumi Prasad.
Pranoti.
Khushbu Chaugule. Shreya Mohandas, Sejal Vagar and Pradnya Kokilkar.
पुढे जा मागे राहिले. तिकडे झुके पुढे राहिले.
इकडे नाही पोरांना त्याला हात नको लावू.
प्रज्ञा एवढी उंच बनवतो.
त्याला हात नको लावू. बापरे किसका गिरने वाला है.
Vaibhav Maskar, Satyajit Shinde, Chaitali Chaudhary and Spandana.
All right. Sunil.
भोसले, प्रकाश भोसले, मेहुली कुलकर्णी, राजेश कुलकर्णी, निरंजन जवेरी, प्रीती जवेरी, प्रसाद पराडे.
प्रसादला 2-2 नाही.
नाही 2-2 नाही देणार.
2 देणार. 2 देणार.
अगदी सगळे लवकी मिरची कोल्हापूरचे.
अरे पुढे संजय पुढे.
Thank you all. Thank you for your performances. We all enjoyed it a lot.
The reason to put this program together is we have a lot of successful people, a lot of successful individuals in our community. We meet them, we greet them. Sometimes we ask them what do they do. Sometimes we talk about other things like politics and everything else. But very few of us know those successful people from all throughout their career, basically. Unless you are very close to that successful person, you don't have a chance to know how successful he has been, what he has been or she has been successful in. Coming to US, you go away from basic Indian principles where you're living with your mom, you're living with your dad, you have your elderly relatives close to you, and they're there to tell you all the time what you're doing wrong, or they're there to give you advice when you need the advice. And I think unless you're close to few families, you miss out on that. You miss out on knowing some of the paths that are available, and this applies more for our teen group. The teen group is at an age where they are starting to see what their career opportunities are. They are starting to find out what they want to do. Some of them have already decided. Some of them are still debating. And I think this becomes a very strong platform to help them sometimes show what different paths are still available for them. There are certain paths that we as parents not necessarily know even exist. And there are a lot of individuals within our community that have chosen non-traditional paths, that have chosen paths that would not naturally come to you. And with that thought in mind, what we said this year is, let's have a conversation with them. It is twofolded, right? The one aspect of this whole program is to celebrate the success of the individuals of our community, to talk about their success, to celebrate it, and the second part is to understand how they got there, where they got to, right? It may be inspiring to some of the youths, it may be inspiring to some of us as well. So with that in mind, we are starting this new program called मुलखावेगळी माणसं. महाराष्ट्रामध्ये मराठी जेव्हा पूर्वी दूरदर्शन होतं, त्या दूरदर्शनवर हा मुलखावेगळी माणसं कार्यक्रम व्हायचा आणि त्याच्यामध्ये खरोखरी मुलखावेगळी माणसं येऊन what they have done in life, they used to talk about it. आणि त्याच्यामागचा उद्देश हाच होता की to understand what some of the individuals have done. I remember एका डॉक्टरांची मुलाखत झाली होती. He was a doctor by profession, and he knew 7 other disciplines of science. He knew allopathy in detail because of doctor. He understood homeopathy. He understood Ayurveda, right? He was a very successful pilot, right? At the age of 70, he had jumped out of the plane. So, I mean, that particular interview could have gone for hours together, and they had to put it in 1 hour. And I'm pretty sure those kind of interviews inspire a lot of us. They inspire a lot of kids that are growing up. So we thought it'll be a nice way to show them what is available. It's up to them to decide what they want to do, but it's nice. It can be a nice platform to show them what can be done in life differently. So with that in mind, I'll hand it over to Priya. Priya is going this year, this particular program. We have a very successful academician, Dr. Suhartme, and we are going to talk to him and understand how he has reached the successful position he is in today, right?
मराठी मंडळाच्या कार्यक्रमांच्या निमित्ताने आपण वर्षातून 3-4दा एकत्र येतो. या कार्यक्रमांमध्ये आपल्या अनेक लोकांची ओळखी होतात. या ओळखीच्या दरम्यान आपण लोकांना तुम्ही कुठे राहता, काय करता, मुलं काय करतात, असे वरवरचे प्रश्न विचारतो, पण फार कधी खोलात शिरत नाही. आपली चौकशी ही इथपर्यंतच थांबते. थोड्या वेगळ्या शब्दात सांगायचं झालं तर आपण आपल्या मंडळातील लोकांना फार जवळून ओळखत नाही. नितीन बोखलेंनी मगाशी मुलखा वेगळी माणसं या कार्यक्रमाची कल्पना तुम्हाला सांगितली आहेच. आपल्या समाजातील यशस्वी लोकांची आणखी जवळून ओळख व्हावी यासाठी आम्ही हा कार्यक्रम यंदा सुरू करत आहोत. या कार्यक्रमातून आपल्यापैकीच काही आगळ्या वेगळ्या आणि यशस्वी लोकांची ओळख आपल्या सर्वांना होणार आहे. या कार्यक्रमाचे आपले आजचे पाहुणे आहेत डॉक्टर उदय सुखात्मे. डॉक्टरांना आपल्यापैकी काही जण IUPAIचे एक्झिक्युटिव्ह व्हाईस चान्सलर म्हणून ओळखत असत, तर काही जणांना ही ओळख सर्वस्वी नवीन असेल. आजच्या आपल्या कार्यक्रमातून त्यांना ओळखण्याची संधी आपल्याला लाभली आहे. तर मंडळी, स्वागत करूया आपले आजचे पाहुणे डॉक्टर उदय सुखात्मे यांचे. नमस्कार डॉक्टर. मुलाखतीची सुरुवात तुमच्याच शब्दात तुमच्याच ओळखीने करूया, पण ही ओळख आम्हाला थोडी विस्ताराने सांगा. म्हणजे तुम्ही इथे कसे आलात, नक्की कुठल्या फील्डमध्ये करिअर करायचं असं तुम्ही तेव्हा ठरवलं होतं, तुमचं इन्स्पिरेशन, अँड हाऊ अँड वाय डिड यू चूज दिस फील्ड ऑफ एज्युकेशन.
So it's now been about, I should say, 48 years since we came here. I first came as a student. MITला bachelor's in physics करायला आलो, मग तिथेच राहिलो आणि PhD केली फिजिक्समध्ये. त्याच्या आधी मी दिल्लीला होतो, तिथनं बॅचलर्स केली मॅथमॅटिक्समध्ये.
ओके. पण म्हणजे असं तुम्ही आधी नेहमीच ठरवलं होतं का की तुम्हाला हीच लाईन घ्यायची आहे, एज्युकेशनमध्येच तुम्हाला करिअर करायचं आहे, किंवा असं काही इन्स्पिरेशन होतं का? मला तुमच्याकडनं तुमच्या आजीची गोष्ट ऐकायला आवडेल.
लहानपणापासून आणि दिल्लीला असताना मी माझ्या काकांकडे राहत होतो. तिथे माझी आजी पण असायची आणि आमच्या घरी नेहमी शिक्षणावर फार जोर होता. पण आजीची गोष्ट म्हणजे ती लहानपणी असताना मुली शिकत नव्हत्या, म्हणून तिचा भाऊ जेव्हा लिहायला शिकत होता तेव्हा तिने पण चोरून लिहायला शिकायला सुरुवात केली आणि लक्षात ठेवलं. तर जेव्हा तिचा 75व्या वर्षाचा वाढदिवस झाला तेव्हा माझे वडील म्हणाले की आई, तुला आता बराच वेळ आहे, तू तुझ्या आठवणी का नाही लिहित. So at the age of 75, she started to write her memoirs. And I was a student there, And I used to throw away my sheets of paper in the waste paper basket. And she said, I don't know what I'll write. It may not be that valuable. So she used to take it out of the waste basket and use the back side, which was blank, in order to write her memories.
Okay.
And that eventually became a book. माझ्या आईने ते सगळे एकत्र करून गेले ते दिवस म्हणून पुस्तक लिहिलं. सो शिक्षणावर आमच्या फॅमिलीमध्ये नेहमीच जोर आहे.
बरं मला तुमचा ॲकॅडमिक प्रोफेशन टू ॲडमिनिस्ट्रेशन हा प्रवास कसा झाला आणि म्हणजे ते सुद्धा तुम्ही आधी ठरवलं होतं की या साईडला जायचं अशीच वाटचाल करायची की इट केम ऑल ऑफ सडन?
नाही, it came kind of all of a sudden. You enter an academic field in order to become a scholar in your field. In my case, it's physics. You have to do high quality research. You have to be able to teach at the highest level, and you have to be able to do service to your profession. And gradually doing service to your department and profession, sometimes the opportunity comes up to do administrative work. And administrative work means you're not only helping your own career, but you're helping the career of others. आणि एकदा तुम्ही सुरुवात झाल्यानंतर मग जर तुम्ही सक्सेसफुल असलात आणि मग ते आवडायला लागतं जास्ती. सो ग्रॅज्युअली मोर अँड मोर आय वेंट इन टू ॲडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. बट इट वॉज काइंड ऑफ एन ॲक्सिडेंट. मी माझ्या रिसर्च आणि टीचिंगमध्ये होतो, अँड वेन आय बिकेम अ फुल प्रोफेसर द हेड ऑफ आवर डिपार्टमेंट accidentally died. And so I was the youngest full professor. I was non-controversial in my department, so they chose me as the department head.
आणि IUPUI मध्ये म्हणजे तुम्ही नक्की काय करता हे आम्हाला जाणून घ्यायचं.
सो IUPUI मध्ये माझी आत्ताची टायटल आहे एक्झिक्युटिव्ह व्हाईस चान्सलर, आणि एक्झिक्युटिव्ह व्हाईस चान्सलर मीन्स आय एम द सेकंड इन कमांड एट IUPUI, next to the chancellor. I'm also the dean of the faculties, and faculties म्हणजे all the faculties म्हणजे schools of medicine, dentistry, law, all those deans report to me. I'm the dean of the deans, so I'm in charge of all academic affairs at IUPUI.
आजच्या या कार्यक्रमाला अनेक टीनेजर्स आहेत, स्टुडंट्सही आहेत, IUPUIचे पण स्टुडंट्स आहेत. What would you like to say to them about your profession, and if they want to pursue the same path you pursued?
I think it is a very good profession. I do believe that the emphasis on education comes quite naturally with an Indian or an Asian background. And I think we are fortunate, despite what we heard in the skits, to have parents who really encourage and value education to a greater extent than people in the United States who tend to value money more than education. So the emphasis on education as being an important thing is part of the Indian culture, and I think that's very important. Having said, I wasn't expecting that. But that's a good
Yes,
feeling.
but it came from right audience.
And I think it's also very important that as we do this, you heard the wonderful performances and the emphasis on the background. I think one should be proud of one's culture while pursuing this path. So you do what you want to do best academically first, and after that administrative positions may be to your liking or maybe not.
डॉक्टर, आम्हाला कळलं की तुम्ही लवकरच इथून मूव्ह होताय.
हो.
तुम्ही कुठे जाताय, तुम्ही कुठली नवी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी स्वीकारताय, आणि ती तुम्हाला यापेक्षा अधिक चॅलेंजिंग वाटते का?
वेगळी वाटते इथल्यापेक्षा. पेस युनिव्हर्सिटी इज इन न्यूयॉर्क सिटी, and it has a campus in Westchester. So it's a mixture of both a suburban as well as a very urban campus. At the Ground Zero च्या शेजारी पेस युनिव्हर्सिटीची बिल्डिंग आहे. तिथले चॅलेंजेस वेगळे असणार इथल्यापेक्षा. इट्स अ प्रायव्हेट युनिव्हर्सिटी, नॉट अ पब्लिक युनिव्हर्सिटी लाईक IUPUI. It has 15,000 students and it's an exciting new opportunity.
एक थोडा वेगळा प्रश्न विचारते की तुमचं स्केड्यूल खूप बिझी असेल आणि पण तुम्हाला थोड्या वेगळ्या ॲक्टिव्हिटीजमध्ये किंवा स्वतःचा छंद जोपासण्यासाठी काही वेळ मिळतो का?
मिळतो म्हणजे काढावा लागतो.
नक्कीच.
I think it is important कुठल्याही administrative positionमध्ये that you use your time well. So time management is important. आणि तुम्ही कुठल्याही पोझिशनला असलात तरी you can't do everything yourself. So it is very important to delegate appropriate responsibilities. So you choose the best deans, you choose the best department chairs, and you hire the best, highest quality faculty. And having done that, then you rely on them to perform well, encouraging them at the appropriate time. But if you want to manage everything, you won't have time for anything else. So time management is very important. And my wife and I have a number of hobbies which we do as much as we can.
ऐकायला आवडेल आम्हाला.
So इथे आल्यापासून आम्ही केलं नाही आहे, पण some of you have visited our house and we enjoy making stained glass, and it's an art, it's beautiful. We're not artists per se, but it gives us a lot of pleasure to create something with your own hands. Right. And stained glass is a nice hobby. We hope to get back to it eventually.
Sure, I will. असं म्हणतात की प्रत्येक यशस्वी पुरुषामागे एक स्त्री असते. वाक्य थोडंसं किसपिट आहे पण खोटं नाही आहे. मेधाताईंची ओळख मला तुमच्या शब्दात ऐकायला आवडेल, आणि ही ओळख आता होत असताना आम्ही मेधाताईंना सुद्धा स्टेजवरती बोलवतो.
So I think many of you know Medha better than you know me. She is the past treasurer of the MSMI, and in that capacity she has enjoyed working in order to put together programs last year. She is successful in her own career, in her own right, in computer science. We have now been married for 43 years, and she has always supported me, and we've done everything together.
मेधाताई, आम्हाला असंच उदय यांच्याबद्दल पण तुमच्याकडून ऐकायला आवडेल.
Like he said, he has always supported education in our family, and our sons have followed in his footsteps, and we are very proud of them. He has never said no to anything to me. He has always encouraged, and that comes from his family and my family. We have always kept that in mind, that you need to do whatever you like the best and become successful.
यानंतर माईक मी प्रेक्षकांकडे देणार आहे. तुमच्यापैकी कोणाला जर प्रश्न विचारायचे असतील तर अवश्य विचारा.
मला तुमच्या आयुष्यात आलेल्या चॅलेंजेसबद्दल ऐकायला आवडेल.
काय
चॅलेंजेस.
So I think some of the things which often come up are the challenges of marrying a different background, a different culture into a more Western environment. And that always needs some adjustment. There are always some initial perceptions which one needs to overcome. You will find, for example, if I'm teaching physics and it's a big class, it's not uncommon at the very first lecture to see students talking to themselves when they see me that, do you actually think he can speak English, and things of that sort. You do hear that from time to time, and you have to just get over it. And once they hear you lecturing, and once you get to the end of the course, you will hear that the undergraduates especially are very outspoken. They will come and talk to you at the end saying, we weren't sure at the beginning, but we had such a wonderful time and we learned a great deal from you. So that initial criticism, if you take it badly, you won't get anywhere. So you have to learn how to get over that hurdle and progress and show what you're able to do in an environment here. And you will find that there is a great deal of appreciation at the end also. So you have to work your way through the challenges and marry the very best of an Indian, Asian culture with the Western values, and many are good and many are not. So you take the best of both worlds and make it even better.
डॉक्टर सुधार्तमे आधी थँक्यू. फारच धन्यवाद तुम्ही इथे येऊन तुमच्याबद्दल थोडेफार आठवणी शेअर केल्या, त्याच्याबद्दल थँक्यू. तुम्ही आत्ता म्हणालात की आम्ही आई वडील आहोत, आमच्या मुलांना इथे वाढवतोय, आम्हाला एज्युकेशनबद्दल फारच महत्त्व असतं आपल्याला, आणि ते खरं आहे. पण त्याचबरोबर एक थोडासा कठीण प्रश्न की बरेचदा आपले भारतीय आई वडील त्यांचा एक गोल असतो की तुम्ही डॉक्टर व्हा, इंजिनियर व्हा, शिक्षण संपवा, चांगली नोकरी करायला लागा, पैसे कमवा. आणि आपल्याला माहिती आहे की इंडस्ट्रीत पैसे जास्त मिळतात अकॅडमियापेक्षा. तर अशा वेळेला व्हॉट वुड यू टेल युअर चिल्ड्रन टू परस्यू द पाथ ऑफ एज्युकेशन, की तुम्ही मुलांना कसं एनकरेज कराल की ते एज्युकेशनच्या फील्डमध्ये की अकॅडमियामध्ये जावे, एस्पेशली जर त्या मुलांना आवड असेल पण त्यांचा पिअर ग्रुप जो आहे तो त्यांना काहीतरी वेगळं सांगतो आहे, किंवा बाकीचे सगळेजण डॉक्टर इंजिनियर होत आहेत पण ह्या मुलाला प्रोफेसर व्हायचं आहे. हाऊ वुड यू एनकरेज दॅम? व्हॉट वुड यू टेल दॅम?
I think so we have two. So we have two grown-up sons, and most of us, Maje Vadil was a well-known statistician in India. All of us, we are 4 brothers and sisters, are highly educated. It was expected that you went for the highest level of education first. So again, it's a question of values, it's a question of priorities. If you value education, one of the things you have to do is to encourage your children to achieve the highest level of education they're able to achieve. It is true that there is sometimes the peer pressure which is saying, I want to do other things. And this goes away more and more as the students go through high school. Our children were doing very well in high school. आणि कोणीतरी शाळेमध्ये मी एकदा गेलो होतो लहान मुलाबरोबर, नील बरोबर शाळेला, आणि तो त्याच्या वर्गात पहिला असायचा. सो कोणीतरी त्याला विचारलं की ओ नील, हाऊ डिड यू डू दिस सेमेस्टर? And that's oh, I did okay. It's not cool to be smart in high school. And that is something which goes with the territory. That changes as soon as they get into college. There it is cool to be smart. IUPU, to me, if you're in the honors college, you're doing well, this is the time where you show off what you're capable of doing. So I think the attitude will change. The parents have to be persevering through the high school years, but once students get into college, it's a much more serious environment. Of course, the friends they make are important. They do understand the value of what a good education will do, but ultimately you have to let the students do your children do what they want to do. If they want to pursue an academic career, there are plenty of very fine opportunities. And if they don't, I don't think we should force them, because if that's not to their liking. But I think that all changes once you enter a university.
I think in our family, all of us are in science. म्हणजे कुठल्या तरी सायन्स फील्डमध्ये आम्ही सगळेजण आहोत. पण आमची दोन्ही मुलं लॉयर्स बनली. And we had told them that do the best you can in your own field, whatever you do, but shine. And so we allowed them to become lawyers. We never stopped them from being lawyers, and I think both of them are very successful.
I don't know about all of you, but one of the things we told our children right from the beginning is Rather than leaving you money, we want to leave you with the best education you're able to do. We will pay for whatever the level of education you want to reach. And I think that's not a bad message to give children. It's a question of what priorities you are setting for them. If you let them know you have to earn your way, are these the high school children clapping? No, the parents, so good for you. I think it just sends a clear message, and many of our children are really very capable, and you'll see they will shine. But an education is something valuable for a whole lifetime. A part-time job is something good now, but if it hurts their grades, they're going to pay for it for the rest of their lifetime. So there is something good in what we do.
Okay. First of all, thank you very much for sharing your experiences with us. My question is again the challenges that you face. Now you have risen up to such a high level, high position, and I'm sure during that time, while you are climbing this ladder, being an Indian, you come across diversity as a big challenge. Being an Indian, how did you deal with all the politics that goes on around you, and how did you manage to navigate through that?
I do think that you have to keep again your goals in mind. There are some people who might say that some position or something is not deserved, but if you're actually doing well and you're confident that your product, whether it be in your research or whether it be in your teaching, is robust, you are going to get the credit for what you do. So initially there might be some of that, but very rapidly it goes away. In administration, you have also got to be very careful to make sure that everyone is treated with consistency. So consistency is a good quality to have, and very soon you find that these problems go away. It is not a major problem. People respect you for who you are and what you do, and the initial things which you might see rapidly go away. So I don't think we have faced any major challenges of that sort.
Hi, I'm Galanti. I would just like to ask, what would you say the benefits, or what are your viewpoints on going to a school like IUPUI versus IU versus a Ivy League or a top 20 school?
Very interesting. So first, let me repeat what I've told a number of you. IUPUI, which I'm most familiar with, is on an extremely steep upward trajectory of achievement. I am told that maybe 10 years ago, many students thought of it as a safety school, that if you didn't get in somewhere, you joined. That is all changing, especially with the Honors College and all the new programs which we have started, and I'm proud to have contributed to that growth. I think many of the new programs, the quality of the faculty, the quality of the facilities, it is now clearly becoming a first choice school for many students, especially if they have some interest in the life and health sciences. If that's the direction they want to go into, IUPUI has become a leading national school. And it will need to continue on this path and will continue on this path for a few more years. It will really be outstanding. And so when the US News and World Report has its ranking, and when IUPUI ranks at number 3 out of 200 schools as an up-and-coming school which others should be watching, that's something which is not accidental. There are good things we have done and the world is noticing. So I'm proud to have been a part of that achievement. As far as the quality of education you will get, IU Bloomington has had a reputation for a long time, and so has Purdue West Lafayette. So these three schools in Indiana now represent public schools which are very affordable and will provide you the quality of education which you will get at any Ivy League school. So having been at MIT as a private school, having looked at all the public schools, the quality of education is not in doubt. However, in the external world, there is still some cachet associated with the Ivy League schools. So our two children both went to the University of Illinois at Urbana, excellent public school. But after that, they went to Harvard and Princeton and Iowa and got their next degree there. I think that's not a bad combination.
I'm a senior at Carmel, and I'm transitioning into college next year, and I was just wondering if you have any advice for, I know Sejal is a senior as well, like what we should expect next year, what advice you would give maybe for like academics and like how to balance like life in college and how to succeed through the 4 years.
So there is a very rich amount of activity going on in college. The students who you are going to be now, the students who are in your high school class, you're among the better students always if you're going on to a university. But the students at the university are all among from that top tier. So the competition is definitely more. There are some students who find this freedom that I'm now at a university, I'm living away from my parents, to be so exhilarating, and they're sometimes not used to it, that they get into a mode where they are diverted from their academics. There is also an adjustment period in the first semester. So my advice is, in the very first semester, don't go out and take extremely challenging courses. Take courses you are comfortable with, get adjusted to the campus, and then do whatever you feel excited about in the second semester. That's one. Number two, I think it is very important that you find the right field. The average student typically changes their major about 3 times before they choose a final major. And that, I think, is one of the good points as well as one of the concerns for a university student today. There are too many choices, and you have to find that choice relatively fast. Otherwise, you're just going from one side to the other, and at the end of 3-4 years, the roommate is taking political science, so you take political science and graduate. That's not what you want to do. In year 1, you should explore all the possibilities. In year 2, you should start settling down. I think that's a good direction to go in. You also don't know about many of the fields in high school, so year 1 is an excellent time to explore different subjects. And if you like something, take the introductory course in that subject. It'll usually count for the Gen Ed portion of your degree, any degree. So that's the way to do it.
Any more questions? Dads are not asking any questions here.
Hello, Dr. Suhartme. I'm a student at IPUI. I have 2 questions for you. Number 1 being, how do you keep yourself motivated to work for such a long time and a successful career you have? And number 2, what are your ideas or who do you look up to? Thank you.
So, as far as motivation is concerned, I think I like the excitement of trying something new. So changing from a professorial role to an administrative role offers you that opportunity. It also gives you a much bigger stage on which you can have an effect. So you'll be surprised at the number of faculty, the number of students, the number of other administrators who have excellent ideas, and if you listen to them, your ideas only become better. So delegating to them and getting the excitement of working all together and setting a direction is something which is very satisfying. So at IUPUI, I came with some ideas 5 years ago. I put them out to the faculty, we talked about them, we discussed them, and that's what formulated an academic plan which we have now implemented. And that's part of the reason why many of the things which have been successful, like improving the research profile, improving the teaching profile, starting an honors college, getting more out-of-state and international students here, this has gradually raised IUPUI's reputation. And as I said, you don't do it alone. A group of people need to combine and you set the direction. That's very satisfying. So that's what keeps you motivated. Achievement and outcomes really keep you motivated. The ideals, of course, are to increase the quality of the product which you have. Make sure that people who come to you are successful. After all students enter IUPUI with the hope of graduating. They all have their own aspirations, what will they want to become. And it's the same with new professors. They have ideas, they are bright, but unless you nurture what their aspirations are, they will not be successful. So the ideals you have to keep in mind are those of others who have succeeded in this area. Take good ideas, channel them together, and work together in a common direction.
Any more questions?
This is for the Suhartme family question. So take you off from studies and that kind of stuff. Seen a movie called Roman Holiday?
Yes.
You remember Audrey Hepburn is the princess, and
you remember.
So one of the questions she was asked is, I'm sure you've been to different cities in your life, but of all the cities that you've seen, which is the one that you like the most?
And just like Audrey Hepburn, I think she did say Rome was the city she liked best. And I'm going to be diplomatic and pass this on to Medha for her.
When you are in Rome, you are Rome.
Yeah, of course, Indianapolis has been very nice to us. We have enjoyed our stay here. And, but we have lived in so many cities and so many countries. It's very difficult to say which one we like the best. I think in general we have enjoyed our stay in almost all of the universities we have been. You know, I keep on saying marry a physicist and see the world. And that's what exactly we have done. And being a professor of physics wasn't that easy. He had to go through quite a few postdoctoral fellowships before he became a professor. So I think we have lived in so many different parts of the world that it's really difficult, but Indianapolis has been really nice to us and we really have enjoyed it.
Any other questions? Okay, on to you.
डॉक्टर, आज तुम्ही इथे आलात आणि आमच्या प्रश्नांना दिलखुलास उत्तरं दिलीत, आमच्याशी गप्पा मारल्या, त्याबद्दल MSMI तर्फे मी तुमचे आभार मानते. मेधाताई, तुमचेही आभार. तुम्ही जी ही नवी जबाबदारी स्वीकारत आहात त्यात तुम्हाला असंच यश लाभो अशी मंडळातर्फे शुभेच्छा. आणि आमची आठवण तुमच्याकडे राहावी म्हणून संजय विंझे तुम्हाला एक छोटीशी भेटवस्तू देते.
Thank you, Dr. Suhartme. Certainly, the thoughts he shared were very useful insights into the workings of academe here, and your life has been very successful, and you certainly represent a beacon of hope to some of the young people just starting off in their careers, and hopefully more will follow you in academe as well.
Thank you.
And we also know that you are a power couple, and I'm sure you'll light up the landscape of the Big Apple too. So, here I'll read this out. MSMI 2012, Mulkha Vegli Mansa. In special recognition presented to Dr. Uday Suhartme for outstanding and inspiring contribution to the field of education. So this is to a star amongst us.